What's good, everybody? It's your boy Wilder42K, and we are back with our finale to our NBA Battle Royale. We have here 16 teams left out of the teams we started with, and as you can also see, most of the free states are open. It's wild to me that the NFL and the NBA Battle Royale have obviously went completely different. Obviously, they're random spins. That I understand that, but how there's so many open states, and there's going to be teams that have to attack other teams every play, like the Dallas Mavericks have to attack another team to get out. The Milwaukee Bucks hold the division down the Mississippi of both sides. Anyways, guys, I hope your team is still alive, and if they are, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know who you think is going to win before the end of the video. All right, guys, so as you can see here, again, we got 16 teams left. I mean, the Trailblazers are doing okay, but I think the team right now that has the most chance to win is probably going to be the Bucks or even the Nuggets. The Bucks just simply because every team kind of has to go through them. So I think they're going to have the easiest path to victory here. But let's get into our first wheel spin. And our first team in the finale episode is the Denver Nuggets. They're going to be attacking northeast or slightly northeast. And to me, that's a free state right above them. Spin number 2 takes us to Dallas, who has to face a team. It's just a matter of which one. And they're going to be going northwest, so it looks like they're probably going to have to face the Nuggets. They do. The Nuggets could take over Texas here, and it's going to be a big battle in Denver for the territory. And just as I say that, the Nuggets go down 114-107. The Mavericks take it over. Nikola Jokic couldn't do enough, 25 points, and the Mavericks just put on a show. We got Luka Doncic with another 35, just like he's been doing on the daily in the NBA in real life. The Mavericks take over a big area north. And now we're down to 15. The Timberwolves looking to make their first move of the game, trying to get out of their little snug corner up there in Minnesota. And they have to head southwest, and I think that's the team we all don't want to see them face, and that's the Mavericks. However, they could hold a big portion if they win, but that's going to be a tough matchup for the Tims. And the Mavericks legends live on. They defeat the Timberwolves by 3 points, and Dallas takes over Minnesota. The Timberwolves had a late entrance but a quick exit based off their first move, and we go to L.A. The Clippers look to expand out of California or even take over the rest of the state. We'll see who they have to go against. So in this instance, they have to head essentially due north. It's actually a little bit northeast. So if we go off of the center of their logo, northeast is the Jazz. I would have loved to see them kind of go for vengeance and take over the rest of the state of California, but I'm interested to see. The Jazz did make an open move, but this is their first real matchup against the team. And the Jazz fall in their first real matchup, not going for an open territory, 125-96. The Clippers came out swinging today. Rudy Gay, the leader for the Jazz, only scoring 16 points, but the Clippers just popping off. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard going for 24 and 16, a combined 40 points. Jazz go down in their first take on, but that's okay. We're going to be heading to Portland, who do have an open state around them, a couple open states around them, but they're going to have to get the sweet spot in this arrow spin. They have to head south. You know what that means, guys. They're going to have to take on the LA Clippers, and that gives them the ability to take over California, Idaho, and Oregon. And a tough loss for Portland. Portland goes down to the Clippers 130-111, and the Clippers do take over Idaho and Oregon and the rest of California. And I'm not going to lie, I never anticipated the Clippers were going to be the last team standing on the West Coast, essentially. The only team they really have to go up against from the West Coast is the Suns. With several teams who haven't even really came into play yet, we look to activate one of them, and we do. The Hawks get the spin. This is going to be their first play. And they're heading northeast. Northeast for the Hawks is taking on these Charlotte Hornets, also technically getting their first play. Hawks go down with these 122-111. Plumlee and Oubre going for 45 combined. And Hawks, again, just like the Timberwolves, laid in. Easy, quick out. We might get the Raptors. We don't. We get the Mavericks, who are surrounded by teams, I believe. I guess it could kind of go a little bit west across the top portion of the United States. But we'll see who they go against. And they have to head northeast. It's going to be kind of tough, but depending on their logo, northeast for them, I'm going to have to give them this open state here. Again, I think there's only one team that hasn't been brought into action yet, and that is the Raptors. But the Clippers do make another appearance. They're looking to expand on their territory. They do have a couple open above them, but I think they're going to end up having to attack. They have to head due south from their logo. Due south from their logo doesn't really have a matchup here, but I'm not going to give it another spin. I'm going to have them take on the Suns, see if they can get over Arizona. And the Clippers fall, the largest or second largest territory on the map currently. The Clippers go down 155 to 146. An OT streaker. They lose by 9. Devin Booker putting up almost a 50-piece on them. And we're down to 10 teams. The Raptors haven't even come into play yet. The Suns making their first play, take over almost the entire western portion of the map. The Mavericks holding Texas and up. They're holding the whole central part. Milwaukee acting as that buffer zone across the Mississippi, and the eastern teams just haven't seen much of a battle yet, but we'll see if we can get them in this turn. They're eventually going to have to attack here. 10 teams. We are now in the top 10. Has your team made it so far? And we still have the Mavericks. We still haven't seen the East Coast play much of a benefactor yet, but we'll see which direction they head. It looks like they're going to have to take on Milwaukee, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. Milwaukee puts it on the line. The Mississippi line is going down now in Milwaukee. And down goes Dallas. Milwaukee 111 to 96. Antetokounmpo going for 23 in the Mavericks. Luka couldn't get it done. He only put up 26. He's averaging about 30, 35 on the season, it seems like, this year, even though he's not really. He just couldn't get it done this time, and down goes Dallas. And with that, two teams pull ahead. The Bucks and the Suns are looking mighty fine on this map. The East Coast teams have to make a move, man. I mean, if they want a chance, one of these teams has to take over this area. And the Bucks look to move even farther west or east. The biggest thing is right now to me is the Raptors still haven't even gotten their first turn. They haven't had to defend. They haven't done anything. Let's see which direction the Bucks are going to go in. They're going west. I guess it's northwest. It's going to be kind of tough. Northwest from their logo, I guess. I mean, I can give them the state. Let me look at it again. I'm going to give them this free state here. I think it's close. It's really close on this corner, but I'll give them the free state. Suns survive another one. The Bucks are pulling ahead. And the Raptors are finally in play. Holy cow, guys. The latest start of any team so far, and they can only go south. So they go due south this time. It's going to be the Knicks, Raptors versus Knicks, a big matchup in the Big Apple. Let's see. And down go the Knicks. In a fourth quarter close game, the Raptors pull it off, taking over a nice territory in New York, excuse me. With that, the Raptors hold half of New York and all of Pennsylvania, as well as all of Toronto, of course, as well as, I guess you could call this Montreal and whatnot. But hey, they hold over almost a good chunk, I would say a good chunk of New York. They have a long way to go. I mean, they have a free spot here. It would have to be a perfect placement for them to get a free state, but that's okay. The Celtics and the Cavaliers are right next to them. Good matchups right there, all three. Let's find out who's next. Elite Eight, here we go. The Hornets look to push out, and they head south. It's going to be a tough matchup. They have to go to Miami. It's going to be Hornets in Miami for the Battle of Florida, man. And the Hornets get the job done. 120 to 111, they become the unofficial Florida man, and they take over the Miami Heat. Kyle Lowry just couldn't get it done with only 20, but Victor Oladipo scores 25, Jimmy Butler 20. It's a tough loss for him, but Miami goes off the map. The Bucks, I would say the largest territory in the United States right now. We're going to see which direction they attack. If they go west, you know it's going to be the Suns. And it's just that. I guess there's a chance they get a state here. I think we should have them just face the Suns. But I'm going to be nice. I'm going to give them their turn. They definitely get another state here. I do think it's really cool how we only have, 5 open states on the map right now. And in the NFL one, there were so many opens when it was down to the 2. And there's only 5 with 7 teams left on the map. Super 7 coming at you. What again? The Raptors? Yep, it goes back to Toronto, and it's going to either be the Celtics or Cleveland, or if they get the perfect spin, they'll get West Virginia. They do not get the perfect spin. They have to head northwest, which should be, I'm going to make it the Celtics. I'm not going to respin that. I mean, it's quite obviously going to the east. So we're going to have Raptors at Celtics here. And down goes Boston. in Boston, the Raptors continue their expansion. They take over all of New England and the rest of New York, as well as parts of Maryland. And with Toronto's invasion into the United States, they look to take it over, but it's going to be the Suns with the next move. They do have an open state directly above them, but I'm going to guess it's going to be the Bucks, and it is. They have to attack the Bucks, and what will be the largest team that we've had, unless it was the finish of one of these battle royales. So this will be kind of crazy. Whoever wins will have the largest, and there's still 4 other teams. The East Coast is going to have to move soon. One of these teams has to take over this entire area. And the Suns come into Milwaukee, and they can't get the job done. Giannis puts up almost a 50 bomb, and the Suns they don't have a score. They don't even get a 20-piece on the board. Chris Paul doesn't even get a double-double, and the Suns lose it, and the Bucks become the largest shareholder in a top 5 ever on this channel. And there you have it, the Bucks, the Goliath. It's going to take a David versus Goliath story for one of these teams to beat the Bucks at this point. And then there were the top 5 matchups. Grizzlies finally getting their second move. They've only made 2 moves this entire game, and neither of them were actually attacking a team. Scratch that. They've only made 1 move, and they're heading northeast, and northeast means the Cavaliers. Again, this is really only their second move. They attacked down here in Mississippi, but it was an open state, so now they go up, and they're facing their real first attack. And the Cavs can't get the job done. It's 141 to 121. They lose by 20. Ja Morant putting up 26. And then there were for the Grizzlies, Raptors, Hornets, and Bucks. Charlotte and North Carolina are late bloomers. You saw that in the Battle Royale for the NFL. However, they have 3 really strong matchups. The 2 best teams right now, in my opinion, on this map are the Grizzlies and the Bucks. The Raptors haven't been stellar, and neither have the Hornets. 4 teams, 3 matchups left. The Grizzlies on the move in the end. They waited all this time to make a move now. They're heading southeast. You know what that means. It technically, from the center of their logo, it's going to be, I guess I have to give them Virginia. We put it off just one more turn. On to the next. Still 4 teams, 3 matchups. Will the Hornets actually make a move, or will they get a free state? And they have to head southwest, excuse me. They do get another free state. There's now only 2 open states on the map. Again, crazy how different these outcomes have gone, but we look to narrow it down to 3. And the Hornets could be attacking here. They head slightly northeast. And that, to me, that's got to be the Grizzlies. Hornets in Memphis. Let's see. And down goes Charlotte, 91 to 114. Ja Morant been on fire, another 27 for him, almost a double-double. And Lonzo Ball just can't get it done. That's not Lonzo, that's LaMelo, excuse me. He only gets 14 points, but he gets a double-double with 14 and 10. And then there were 3. There's 1 team that's going to come away with a dub here. I think we should just do Toronto versus Memphis, or Memphis at Toronto, or whatever we got to do. But we'll see who goes next. It all comes down to this. There's 3 teams. The Grizzlies are going to be attacking. Will they be heading east or west? It'll decide whether it'll be a David versus Goliath story or east versus west story. And they do head west. They have to take on Milwaukee. If they win this, it'll be an unreal story. And they do it. It's 124 to 108. The Grizzlies come away with a win. Giannis putting up 22, but Ja 20, Brooks 20, Jackson 20. 3 20 pieces gets him the dub over Milwaukee, and now there's just 2 teams left standing. And the final map is set. There's only 2 teams. It's Grizzlies versus Raptors. Let's see. We're going to spin who takes it home. There's no open territories in between them. Yes, there's West Virginia, but it doesn't matter. It's East versus West. David versus Goliath. 2 late blooming teams. They made some of the latest turns in the game, and it's Raptors versus Grizzlies. Let's see who's going to take the home field advantage. It's a 50-50 shot. It's a coin flip. Who gets the home field? And it's going to be the Raptors getting the home field against Goliath. Raptors versus Grizzlies in Toronto. And before we get into this game, guys, I just want to say thank you so much for the continued support over the Sports Docu-Series, over the Battle Royale videos. I really do appreciate it, and I want to thank you guys just so much because you guys continue to pop out, like the videos, comment on the videos, and I'm just as shocked as you are, as these are the 2 teams that are left. If either of these teams are your favorite, please comment below and let me know. Or if your team made it to the Final 5 or top 10, please let me know. And down go the Raptors, guys. You know what that means. The Grizzlies are your undisputed, undefeated NBA Battle Royale champions. You guys already know. I want to thank y'all again for watching. Again, thank you guys all for watching. The Grizzlies are your undisputed, undefeated world champions, or I guess United States champions, but they win our first ever NBA Battle Royale. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you're a Grizzlies fan, congratulations. If you're any other fan of the NBA, I'm sorry. Maybe your team will do it next time, but I appreciate you guys for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one.